So the snow is finally melting. Probably got about just over half of my yard clear right now. So this side completely done. This side here, not quite. So while the snow's been going back, I have been using my trusty rake to fluff up the grass as much as possible. There's some snow mould there, and just some of the brown patches, just try and get up. It's kind of matted down a little bit. There's no snow mould, but a little bit brown, so I want to get the blade stand up, so I'm working on that. But the problem I found last year, towards the end of the season, couldn't do anything about, were moles. I've got a bunch of mole hills now, or mole tunnels now. Never had to deal with moles before, so not too sure what I'm going to do here, but I think my plan is probably going to be to squish the holes, hope that they don't come back, and then I'll have to fill them in. Maybe have to do some overseeding as well. So here's some of the matted down grass. I'm going to say it's got snow mould. It's just in the middle here. I haven't got here yet. I've just been working it day by day as the snow starts to recede. The temperatures are getting a bit warmer here. I think it's about 45 today. It's not terribly warm, but we did have a day that was 65 earlier on in the week. So that warm day definitely helped kick-start this, but still got a bit more to go over here, and hopefully we can get rid of the snow mould. And then for the mole holes, or mole hills, you can see right there, runs all the way up to here, and then to here as well. They all kind of started over on the north side over here, and they've just worked their way across. Just a mess everywhere. So I'm going to take this opportunity to continue raking back or getting the grass stand on end where it's got the snow mould and it might be a little bit matted down, and then I'm going to start, when we get a pair of boots on, I'm going to walk around the yard squishing all the mole holes, and if I have to rent a roller or see if I have to buy one, or see if I've got maybe a friend or family member that might have one, I might be able to borrow that, but I don't know. Some of these are actually not that soft, so I might need to work on that there. But let's get to fluffing up all the snow mould, and then we'll take care of the moles. So what I am finding while I'm doing this is I do have a lot of dead grass that's coming up, so almost like thatch type stuff. So I'm wondering if I should, once I've got everything kind of fluffed up a little bit, let the soil kind of, or let the lawn dry out a little bit more, and I might hook up the dethatcher. Don't put any weight on it, and just run up and down. Just let that kind of dig some stuff up, bring some of this dead stuff up, because a lot of stuff, or you can tell me I'm out of breath here, there's a lot of yard to do by hand. So for some of the stuff that, you know, it's just dead grass that picking it up, it might be beneficial to use that. And if I mess it up, I'll know not to do that again next time. So I'm going to do as much of the snow mould as possible, and we'll move on from there. So now that now that I've gone over everything with the rake, it's standing up. It doesn't look as bad. So we'll give it a couple of days and we'll see how it looks after that. So we might have to come and dethatch, I've said before, but we do have a lot of trash on the yard, a lot of leaves, a lot of twigs. It's been under snow now probably for 3 weeks, maybe more actually. So this side over here, this is the north side of my yard, has to be the worst affected. Some of this is from runoff from down the hill, but here you can see where all the holes started, or tunnels, and they work down here, and it's just a mess over here. You see this bit right here, and then into here. See that one there's quite deep. I think the chipmunks have started using these as well, so that might be why these are a little bit bigger or still there. But if I stand on that, it just caves right in. So we got most of the yard done. Let's have a look at that. So I started just following single trails at a time. So I started off by just following a single trail and then trying to stomp it all the way down, but I found that was just really ineffective. So I got my wife out here and we started walking back and forth to make sure we squished everything, and even now I'm still finding bits that I've missed. So that turned into an extremely good workout. I think we've got every mole tunnel sort of squished down as much as possible. Just not managed to get underneath the snow yet, but that'll come in a couple of days' time. So we've got all this yard flattened as much as possible. I did leave this part over here. That's where I think our vegetable garden was going, so I don't have to worry about that, which is great because that's a bit of the yard that I was really struggling with last year. Leave this for a couple of days now, let it kind of start to green up or get as much light and air as possible, and then we'll progress on with dethatching and then overseeding. I really underestimated how many trails or holes there were in this yard. I thought there were just a few over on this side up here, but then actually they worked their way across and down. They were just everywhere. Up the top was the worst actually, but coming down there were a few coming down the yard, so I just didn't know how bad they were, but I think we're getting there now. Most of them are flat, but we'll see if they come back. If they do come back, we'll have to get some traps out there and try something, maybe get some of those worms, see if we can catch some. But so if you want to see my journey on how I turn this lawn from what it currently is into a nice green lawn, hopefully, please do consider subscribing to the channel so you can follow along too. And if you like this video, do give it a thumbs up, and I'll catch you on the next one.